Bad Santa is a 2003 American Christmas black comedy film directed by Terry Zwigoff and written by Glenn Ficarra and John Requa. It stars Billy Bob Thornton with a supporting cast of Tony Cox, Lauren Graham, Brett Kelly, Lauren Tom, John Ritter and Bernie Mac. It was Ritter's last live-action film appearance before his death on September 11, 2003. The film is dedicated to his memory. The Coen brothers are credited as executive producers. The film was released in the United States on November 26, 2003 and was screened out of competition at the 2004 Cannes Film Festival. It received positive reviews and was a commercial success. An unrated version was released on DVD on March 5, 2004 and on Blu-ray on November 20, 2007 as a Badder Santa. A director's cut DVD was released in November 2006. It features Zwigoff's cut of the film, including an audio commentary with him and the film's editor, which is 3 minutes shorter than the theatrical cut and 10 minutes shorter than the unrated version. A sequel, Bad Santa 2, was released on November 23, 2016 and failed to match the critical and commercial success of the original. The Coen brothers had developed the concept for Bad Santa before eventually hiring the writing team of Ficarra and Requa to bring the story to life. The Coens told Ficarra and Requa that the story would center on an alcoholic Bad Santa who seeks redemption very later on. Additionally, they wanted it to be as funny as the Bad News Bears. Afterwards, Ficarra and Requa completed what they've described as a really crass script, with the Coens adding a bunch of crass jokes. When the script's final draft was sent to Universal Pictures, the studio rejected it, saying it was the foulest, disgusting, misogynistic, anti-Christmas, anti-children thing we could imagine, all of which influenced Bob Weinstein of Miramax to give it the green light. The Coens initially tailored roles for specific actors such as James Gandolfini as Willie, since they had worked with him on The Man Who Wasn't There, Danny Woodburn as Marcus and Angus T. Jones as Thurman. Bill Murray as Jack Nicholson and Robert De Niro also considered for the role of Willie, but eventually went to Billy Bob Thornton. Zwigoff cast Tony Cox for the role of Marcus and Brett Kelly for Thurman, which led to disagreements between himself and the producers. Upon learning of Cox's casting, the Coens told Weinstein that they hate him, and according to Zwigoff, Dimension was printing for a more Disney-like generic cute kid to play Thurman. Maybe there are other actors who could do a great job with these parts, but Tony and Brett are just as funny. These are the characters, explained Zwigoff. The film grossed over $60 million domestically and more than $76 million in total worldwide, against a budget of $23 million. The cast includes Billy Bob Thornton as Willie T. Soak, a professional thief who gets a job as a department store Santa Claus. He's also a sex addict and an alcoholic. Tony Cox as Marcus Skidmore, who is also a professional thief and a dwarf assistant who now takes on the role as Santa's elf. Brett Kelly as Thurman Merman, a friendly but exceedingly gullible, dim-witted, overweight young boy who assumes Willie is Santa and is constantly bullied by a teenage gang of skateboarders. Lauren Graham as Sue, a woman with a Santa Claus fetish that begins a sexual relationship with Willie. Bernie Mac as Jin, a man who starts to investigate Willie after he is told that Willie is having sex in the dressing room. And John Ritter as Bob Chapitska. Billy Bob Thornton has said he was genuinely intoxicated during some of the filming. In the escalator fall scene, he actually passed out after drinking 3 glasses of red wine for breakfast, followed by vodka's cranberry juice and a few Bud Lights. Now, I'll absolutely love this film upon first viewing. What it does, though, is it makes a bit of a mockery of some of the shortcomings, you can say, of Christmas time and the feel-good factor and some of the soppiness that Christmas brings. This is a gloriously rude show, and of course it is also offensive in so many ways, but done with a wry smile as it leaves you in stitches of laughter. Now look, this movie isn't going to be for everyone, but if you're a Scrooge or a Grinch, you might just find this very, very funny. For me, it sort of takes a cynical look and almost puts an evil spin on the whole fantasy and over-the-top aspects of Christmas time. Not to say that I don't enjoy Christmas, but sometimes there are things that can be somewhat overdone. This is almost sort of the evil twin to any sort of family-orientated, happy Walt Disney Christmas movie you've ever watched. And it really turns the whole fantasy and feel-good nature of the Santa Claus character upside down, as now it makes him into the biggest bad guy you can imagine. For me, this is quite a bold sort of film to make, as people can be somewhat protective of their ideals of what Christmas really stands for. But here we have a demented and twisted and really funny work of black comedy that really just strives to be anything but feel good over Christmas time. Billy Bob Thornton is absolutely perfect in this role, and it really almost seems like he's just playing himself, frankly. Of course, this film will be poignant for the last performance of the fantastic comedian John Ritter. And it's also wonderful to see the late great Bernie Mac doing what he does best. Scathing, cynical, and the complete antithesis of what any feel-good family Christmas movie should be, Bad Santa really fell right up my alley, and I thoroughly enjoy it to this day. Bad Santa gets an 8.5 out of 10.